Welcome back to Lock and Reload. We're going to go ahead and do an overview on TAPCO furniture, magazines, TAPCO in general. TAPCO makes a lot of awesome different products, but that being said, there are a lot of videos that have a lot of derogatory and negative activity for this company. But like I stated, TAPCO in general, in my eyes, is a great company. Now, a lot of people would disagree with me. TAPCO makes, like I stated, firearm furniture, magazines, things like my 10-round magazine. Now, I do have my pros and my cons about TAPCO in general. TAPCO, with their magazines, they're great magazines. You're not going to break them. But my biggest gripe with them is the fact that in the feed lips, I wish they would have metal inserts on them. Now, if they had metal inserts on them, the feed lips wouldn't necessarily run the risk of breaking because, again, they are polymer. And over time, plastic does wear out, especially if you're in conditions that are hot, cold, hot, cold. You have that different weather variation. Now, another gripe that people do not like about TAPCO is the fact that not every gun's the same. So, the magazine in this 10-round magazine, you know what? Fits in, clicks in my AK, no problem. Now I could take the same magazine and put it in like a Hungarian S85 or an Arsenal, and it may not necessarily fit right away. Now what people don't understand, and this is why TAPCO is called big hunk of shit, is because you have to tailor the aftermarket part, and I quote aftermarket. These are aftermarket parts. Like any aftermarket part, you have to tailor that part to the firearm. Now, they do have the general mold for it. But, that being said, you have to trim it down to the firearm specifications. So, this Wazzer 10 might be different from your Wazzer 10. They are the general same variation, but they might have unique characteristics of it. That's why a lot of people don't like TAPCO, is because they have to do a little bit of work. For the money that you spend on magazines, and if you get into like your M14s or your Mini 14s, those magazines are flippin' expensive. Good God, man. They're like anywhere from $20 all the way up to like $60 for a factory Ruger magazine. That's insane. So TAPCO makes a not necessarily less quality magazine, but they make a more inexpensive magazine. Now, when it comes to AK-47s, if you're looking for an inexpensive, great magazine, you get your Romanian and your European Eastern Bloc magazine. Now, I do run a TAPCO magazine for my SKS. That being said, on my SKS, like some of my other videos, I do run TAPCO furniture. Whether it be the stock, the muzzle brake, right down to the recoil pad. You know what? I've run a little under 200 rounds to this. Is that a great test on TAPCO in general? No, it's not. You need to run thousands and thousands around to really understand and make sure the shit works. Now, that being said, there are better quality products out there than TAPCO. But when your money and your budget is really tight, TAPCO is the way to go. They're inexpensive. They get the job done. Quality control in TAPCO is great. If you have any questions, problems, or whatnot, they have great customer service. If you have any other questions on TAPCO, there's another gun tactical and all-around good gun enthusiast, tactical gear reviewer, and that's nothing fancy. He's got TAPCO furniture on his Ruger 1020 to I don't know if he has a Mini 14, but I believe he runs it on some of his AKs. I believe he runs it on some of his other firearms. And that guy has field tested anything and everything. You name it, the guy has field tested it. Anyway, now I did used to run a TAPCO saw style pistol grip on my AK. I changed out because I got a better grip. Now it's comfortable, but Hogue Overmold or Hogue Grips is my company of choice when it comes to aftermarket parts. I love TAPCO. TAPCO makes great stuff for things like magazines, forearm grips. I run ATI on my AK for my front forearm, but it is what it is. I got an awesome deal on it. But TAPCO in general, don't listen to all the videos. A lot of those people that are putting out those videos are going by, well, it doesn't fit out of the box. Nothing ever does. That being said, if you were to go out and buy your Model 700 in Remington, and you wanted to change out the stock, you go to a Boyd stock. I almost guarantee you 9 times out of 10, you take that barrel action and put that in that stock is not going to fit perfect. Guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to do some fit and finishing on that stock to make the gun fit, because generally, are all the 700s made the same quality? Yes. But they all have different characteristics on, some may have a little bit more rounded edges, some of them may have sharper edges, so you have to fit and finish that stock to that barreled action. That's the same thing with any aftermarket part, including TAPCO. So that's my biggest gripe on that. But other than that, I field tested both of these magazines. They work awesome. But again, TAPCO's a great company. Don't listen to everybody's review. I never do. Learn by experience. Buy your own. Make your own assumptions on TAPCO and not just TAPCO. Any other aftermarket company. I personally don't care for ProMag. You may love ProMag, but I just don't. You have to do a lot of fit and finishing with those, and it's not so much the magazine fitting perfectly. Some of their followers aren't great. They don't have very tight springs, but that's just my experience. ProMag might work awesome for you. So get the product that works the best for you. Do your own research. Try out the products. Just don't go by everybody else's reviews. But that's why I say give TAPCO a chance. They make great products. Not to mention, they look awesome on the rifles. I took this Yugoslavian SKS, and granted I still have the bayonet because for the simple fact it's a pain in the ass to take off. They make your weapon modernized and more suited to your needs. I love shooting this rifle in the configuration that it is now. That being said, this is Lock and Reload with Ryan with all your TAPCO info. If you have any questions or concerns, leave a comment. Let me know. Later.